Hello there, YouTube, and just another day to share a preview of what some things that I want to talk about concerning this COVID-19. I know that a lot of folks have their issues of controversy of whether or not it's real. The virus is real. I believe that. However, the Congress of the United States, a lot of you elected officials are pushing this thing in the press, are pushing this thing way beyond what it really and actually is. Did you know that the Congress had planned this thing and had already set out the methods and the strategies of how to deal with a pandemic that hadn't started yet? Uh, on January 24, 2019, there was a member of Congress introduced legislation to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic when the virus didn't actually allegedly escape the lab until November 2019, and it got introduced into the United States about March or so of 2020. But as far as the $1,200 payments and the billing out of the airlines and how they were going to deal with it and the social distancing, if you take a look, all those things came up long before the actual virus supposedly had escaped the lab. Look at this. This Representative Joe Courtney had introduced this bill in January 24th, 2019. Like I said, the pandemic didn't allegedly get started in China until November of 2019. And we saw it in January and February in other countries. And then in about March, early March, it got to become an issue here in the United States. But notice that way back on March 27, 2020, is when this Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, or the CARES Act, actually went into effect and became a law. But it was introduced on January 24th, 2019. So the question is how does all of this stuff in Section 1107 provide for the paycheck protection loans and all of these things that they talked about? How did they know that these things were going to be an issue before the pandemic actually happened? So what I would suggest that you do is go to this act, is HR 748, the CARES Act, and read through it and look at when it actually happened. And then let's have a discussion about whether or not you believe the press on what's really going on. We'll talk about it later.